or whatever, or she get paroled, or she'll probably do 3 minimum, I believe. That's just what I believe. So that's crazy.
Whew, all right, y'all. Oh, this is heavy. To get caught up on those stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat. On the lighter note.
Look, I have to definitely talk about this Botham Jean shooting that this Dallas police officer did. Man, it's so much going into this doggone story. Man, okay, so when I saw the guilty verdict, I was like, yo, she finna get some time, right? Look, man, I know that there's a lot of black people getting shot by the police. I posted something that showed like a certain percent, like 90% or something like that of people shot by the police were black. Something's got to be up with that, man. Come on, now really? Anyway, look, let's get back to this Botham Jean thing. Look, when I saw that she got found guilty, I was like, yo, first of all, I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, they finally, like, actually convicted somebody for a shooting like this. So, but the thing about it is, it's a strange case because it wasn't like in the line of duty. Like, you know, like they pulled somebody over or stopped somebody. No, this dude was in his house, and it wasn't a phone call, 911 phone call. Somebody just I don't even know how she got in the house. First of all, that still is unclear. But anyway, I mean, this is, you know what? That right there is a important part of this doggone case, man. Like, how did she get in the house? Like I said, it's not just like, you know, she stopped the dude and something ensued, and then next thing you know, the dude shot. So this is definitely a strange case. This case is unlike any other case. You can't really. It's not like the dude was running away and he got shot in the back. It's not like he got his hands up and he got shot anyway. It's not like he was in the car and they said he got a gun and he got shot. It wasn't like he was detained and he got choked out and he lost his life like that. I mean, no. This is like dude sitting in his house, eating a bowl of cereal, watching TV, and somebody come in and shoot him. Like, he's doing nothing wrong and he got shot. And so they convicted him. They convicted the police officer. Now, they convicted the police officer like it was murder. I mean, the charge was murder, and she got convicted on the charge of murder. But she got sentenced like it was manslaughter. That's what I got a problem with. I got a problem. I got a problem with that. I can't. You know, this is so much I want to talk about, but I don't have enough time to talk about. So I'm just gonna consolidate this whole thing. Okay, so first of all, my first problem is she got 10 years like she committed manslaughter. And the charge is murder. I'm not saying she murdered the dude. I'm just saying the charge is murder and you get 10 years. Right? It's kind of like, I think the lady got convicted. I don't know if she got convicted of murder or manslaughter in LA when a Korean store owner shot the girl in the back, the black girl in the back. And she got convicted, but then she got probation. Like, what? So, man, I think the word is disparaging or something like that. But the time, the sentence does not match with the crime. If you convicted of murder and you get 10 years, what is that? How you get 10 years for murder? Murder means you meant to kill somebody. You meant to kill somebody, and you get 10 years? How is that? I don't understand that. Don't you get like 10 years if you get like DUI and you hit somebody by mistake? I mean, like, you ain't going out to killing. You just your actions caused it. You can get 10 years for that. But that's not murder. That's like vehicular homicide and involuntary manslaughter and all that stuff. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. Okay, another thing is the dude, Botham Jean's brother, say he forgive her, he love her, he wants her, he don't want her to even serve any jail time. That means that he believed that she did not mean to do it, even though she was negligent. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? That's his personal thing. And he can do that because that's him. But I tell you what, black people, man, I got a problem with black people always being so doggone forgiving, man. So doggone forgiving. Now, I know the judge was moved. And she went over there and hugged the I ain't never seen that before, man. She went over there and hugged the defendant. And then what makes it so bad about the judge that people gonna say, I'm not saying me, but people gonna say, is that she kind of like, of course it's a black judge, she kind of like read out to the jurors as like saying, hey, don't forget about, a certain procedure to think about that could like affect the sentencing of the defendant. And the defendant's positive for the defendant. Now, judges do this all the time. They really do. But then when you come down and hug the defendant, it kind of makes you think like, well, what's going on? Because it'll be because of what she said about telling the jurors. I forgot. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was in the defense of the defendant to think about such and such. When you deliberate. Okay, great. But then you come down and then you hug the defendant. She was very, very moved. She was moved, and she human. So I can understand that. But it still goes back to the point where black people, man, I mean, they are so forgiving, man. I just don't understand. Sometimes. Was I moved by it? Man, I was moved by him hugging her. I was caught up in the moment when I looked at it. I was like, oh man, like this is like, I was just taken aback. I was like, yo man, what's going on, man? I ain't never seen nothing like this before. I've seen where people have forgiven. I've seen where after the trial, somebody would come up and they will hug the person that killed like their son or something, and they would have a relationship with that person. And it was a white woman having a relationship with a black young man who shot her son. And I was was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's really forgiving, man. I'm not saying that white people don't do it, but black people do it all the time, dude. And it comes from the religion. So then you have to say, is religion, are these people great because of their religion? Are they doing something really great, this forgiving thing, and they really into it, and is something wrong with it? And I really do say there's nothing wrong with forgiving. There really is nothing wrong with forgiving like that, man. Especially in your religion, you are taught that, and you practicing it. You know, you really practicing. And to be honest with you, it lifts a weight off you. That forgiveness lifts a weight off you. But what happens in return is other people don't reciprocate. And you keep having these things happen to black people. And people do not see the forgiveness in black people and say, hey, these people are all right. They don't change their minds, what I'm saying. I remember it was this episode on the Jeffersons where George had saved this Ku Klux Klan member from choking. Oh no, he think he had a heart attack, and he performed CPR on him. And then when the dude came to, he was on the stretcher, getting ready to be being taken to the hospital. His son was like, Mr. Jefferson saved your life, and he was like, he saved my life. Like, yeah. He said, well, you should have let me die. Like, dang, he just saved your life, dude. First of all, he had to be forgiven because you a Ku Klux Klan member, and he's seen all kind of crazy stuff that's happened to black people at the hands of Ku Klux Klan members. But then he decided to go ahead and save your life anyway. And then after that, you said you should have let me die. This is what black people go through. This is what black people go through, man. They can be forgiven, and it's something that helps their heart, but in return, it doesn't, like, you know, seem like it means anything. And that's the problem. That's the main problem black people have about this particular case, is the forgiveness will not be looked at in a positive manner by a lot of white people, and definitely not cops. Hopefully this will be a change. I've heard that this could be a change. I heard people say this could be a change. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be positive. Like, this thing could be so positive. It could be so positive. Yeah, it really could. Like, when you see, first of all, she get convicted. Second of all, the family member hugs and the judge hugs. Like, it's like, yo, man, like, we understand. Like, can you look at us differently? Do you see how loving and forgiving these people that you hate so much? Because they said she was saying racist stuff on social media after the fact. And or it may have been before. I'm jumping the gun. I don't know if it was before or after the shooting. Probably before, because you had to be stupid to do that after the shooting. But then, like I said, it could be a way to change. Her outlook on black people could be different. Maybe she could be an advocate some way down the line. But when things don't change, when you have something like this happen, this forgiveness, and things don't change, that's what black people have a problem with. Is you just don't change. When you don't change, then it's like, what? Why are we forgiving? Why are we forgiving you and you don't change? I'm telling you, man, a whole bunch of white people should be changed by this. They should. When you got a black family member hugging a white police officer that killed their family member, and you got a black judge hugging the same defendant, and stuff don't change. Man, I'm telling you, this is why black people are so mad about this. They're mad about the sentencing because of manslaughter. I mean, you got a sentence like manslaughter, but the charge was murder, and you got convicted of murder, but the sentencing was like a manslaughter charge, like. And then they see the people hugging the defendant. Boy, we ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen it. But, like I said, it could be a start of something good. But then black people have a history of it not mattering. So they're like, why you hugging? Because they don't care. This is the reason. White people, you listening? This is the reason why black people have a problem with this case in a nutshell. With the result of this sentencing, because what they see, they know that 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna change nothing. So why are you hugging these people? Why are you hugging this person and it ain't gonna change? That's what, if it would change, they'd be like, oh, they'd be all for it. Yes, hug. Oh yeah, forgiveness. This stuff's gonna change. It's gonna be great. We're not gonna have as many police shootings as we did before. People gonna change. No, dude. They already know it ain't gonna change, man. They already know. They hopeful. They hopeful it's gonna change, but they know it ain't gonna change, man. Because they've seen it so many times, man. You say, well, they got a conviction. Is it gonna change? Is it really? It's really gonna? Is anything really gonna change? A police officer is gonna be like, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna shoot first and ask questions later, because you see how they hug the police officer. Man, they ain't gonna change, man. I hope it does, but I don't think so.